Hey guys, so I'm just going to go through a simple little makeup routine. I'm going to start with the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. This is like the best primer in the world. I never thought primer did a thing until I watched other YouTubers use it and I was like, okay. And I usually focus it mostly on my nose because that's where my big ol' honkin' pores are. Foundation I'm going to be using is the Urban Decay All Nighter Liquid Foundation, and I use it in the shade 2.0. I used to use, what is it called? The Tarte Shape Tape Foundation, but it wasn't really matching my skin tone anymore because I went from being tan to being pale to being tan to being pale. So I'm just going to be Naruto real quick and blend this out for an eternity. Literally an eternity. Alright, so I'm ready to go in with concealer. That's Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Fair. It's the lightest one. Yep, Fair. Yep, we get it. And I just get like, kind of like triangles under my eyeballs. You can tell that I'm sleepy. It was a long day. I was crying a little bit, but you know, that's like every day. Put a little bit on my nose, and then I put a little bit on my chin and my forehead, just the high points of my, you know, dome. Now I'm going to take that same beauty blender from before and just blend that out, you know, pouncy pounce. End up kind of looking like a dusty sidewalk, but that's in right now, so fuck it. Yeah, blend it a little bit more, girl. Okay, now I'm going to take the Laura Mercier setting powder in translucent because beauty gurus told me to buy it, so I did. And I'm taking the same damn beauty blender because I'm nasty, and I'm just caking that on where we just put concealer just to set it, because I do crease, have weight loss, so my face is a little bit more wrinkly than I'd like it to be. But I like this powder a lot. It seems to set nicely, and I don't crease too much throughout the day. Alright, and with a big old fluffy brush, I just take some of the powder and set the rest of my face. By the time this step comes along, my foundation's already oxidized. It's not really too sticky, but I do like an overall matte look. Really dust that mustache and get, you know, the cheeks, and it kind of just makes everything look nice and nice. Alright, I'm a little bit salty about this. I bought the Shade and Light palette like 2 weeks before Kat Von D was talking all crazy about her baby and not giving it shots and its vaccinations. So yeah, I'm gonna alternate between like the lightest shade and the medium shade. And I'm just gonna use like a fluffy brush. I don't know, I don't really use name brand brushes, so I just pick what looks good. And what I do is I kind of squish it so it's more of like an oval shape and really try to get into the hollows of my cheeks. Alright, and using the same finger squishy method, that's how I kind of carve out my nose. So I just really squish it into a fine line, use those two colors, and contour the sides of my nose. So now that I'm pretty much done with the powder, I just use the little MAC Fix Plus and spray it up, bitch, and spray it all over my face, and it's so nice and refreshing. Okay, now the eyebrows. So I give them a good brush through first, get all the extra cakey cake caca off. Bloop 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 bloop. Okay, and I don't show it because I'm a piece of shit, but I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in shade Soft Brown. I wanted taupe because that's what all the beauty bloggers tell me to use, but they were out of taupe, so Soft Brown seemed to work with my skin tone, my hair color. I mean, my hair color it's not really relevant to my eyebrows, let's be real. So essentially what I do with my eyebrows is I pretty much underline the whole bottom and then I go back in and do the top. I don't touch the outer fourth of my eyebrow until the very end, just because I feel like that's the part where you kind of have to gradient it and make it look a little more natural, because block brows are very 2013 Bethy's junior year thinking she looking good. So I'm just using like residual product to make the front part of my brow and just smoothing everything out. Alright, since I finished my brows, I'm going to take my Tarte Shape Tape and just go under my eyebrows with concealer with like a little concealer brush just to clean up everything. So even if it has a little bit of those like bumpy spurs at the bottom, it just cleans it, makes it look super intentional, even though I'm not that good at them. And I seem to have messed up in that spot, so I just kind of went back over it. Now I'm going to take Soft Ochre. It's a matte pro... Oh, wait, no, I'm going to play with Silly Putty first. But I did just put that MAC Pro Pot in Soft Ochre all over my eyelid to prime it. Now I'm going to take the Naked Heat palette, and the lightest color there, it's like a satin white. It's not necessarily matte and it's not shimmery. I'm just going to take a fluffy brush and plop that all over my eyeball. Alright, now I'm going to take the Morphe Jaclyn Hill collaboration, and don't judge the top, it's super gross, but I'm going to take that transition color and just throw it in my crease and really just blend it. And I apologize for how long I blend. I cut it short by like tenfold because I blend for so fucking long. Alright, so now I have it on both eyes. I'm going to take that darker, kind of warmish brown, and really just plop that in my crease. I'm not going to try to blend it. I'm just going to focus on like the concentration of the pigment, and then also drag it to my bottom lash line just to make everything nice and cohesive. It's like a little almond shape. Now I just take any old fluffy blending brush and dip into the same shade and then start to smoke everything out. I don't want to necessarily really dig into the crease too much because I do want to keep that concentration of color in there, so I'm really lightly floating above it and just worrying about dragging out the color. So now I'm a little more heavily blended. I've taken it in a little bit on my lid and on the inner corner because I do want to create a halo eye today. So I do have to bring the darkness in a little bit more than just a normal cut crease. And here I'm blending some more. And now with a fluff brush, I'm going to take like a neutral shade and just really work on blending those edges because you just gotta nowadays, can't be slipping. Okay, so now I'm going to take, what do I have? My Tarte Shape Tape Concealer and carve out my halo. I saw this trick where if you put concealer on your eye and then you like tilt your head down and look up, it kind of imprints where your halo should start. Like that. It's not super cute, but I'm like, okay, that's where it goes, so that's where I'm gonna put it. Now I'm going to take this sparkly blue shade, it's kind of like a tealy green on my finger, just because I feel like you get the most color payoff with shimmers on your finger. And I'm just going to put that right in the middle. It doesn't have to be exact because I'm going to go back and blend it a little more, of course, because that's all I do is blend. Tiny ass pencil brush that I stole from my mom. I'm going to take the darkest brown that's in there and redefine my crease a little bit. Darken in the inner corner and just try to make everything look cohesive. And after cleaning off that same brush, I'm going to go back in with a little bit of the blue and just make everything look happy, nice. From the same Morphe palette, I'm going to take like the shimmery champagne color and pop that under my eyebrow, give it a little something. and Morphe Plus. Now with this NYX white liquid eyeliner, I'm going to create like a little cat eye on the inner corner. I usually put like a nice shimmery shimmer color, but I figured with this look, that would just make everything look kind of muddy. So I know I kind of hide what I'm doing. It looks better on the other eye, but I do make a little triangle by that pink little fleshy ball in your eyeball, and then just kind of drag it along my lower lash line. You can definitely see it better on this side of me kind of making a point, bringing it to my upper lid, bringing it to my lower lid, and then just along the lash line. Now this, I'm just taking the dark color that I put in my crease underneath my eye to make everything blend and look like a finished look. Now this is Schwing liquid eyeliner by The Balm. I really like it. I go through it so fast, but it stays matte, it doesn't crease, it doesn't flake, it doesn't, you know, get drippy, weird, and it's a nice matte finish. And I kind of make the baseline along my lash line first and then go back in and kind of figure out where I want my wing to go. My wing is never in the same place every day. I change it literally every day. So I don't have like a specific way to do my wing every time. I take just pretty much whatever mascara that I have at the moment, just to get my eyelashes black. I'm not super picky on mascara just because I wear fake eyelashes a day, so I'm not gonna put too much effort into it. Knock knock, who's there? It's Morphe Plus! Okie doke, I'm gonna use the Aurora Glow Kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills. And let's see what color I take. I think I take the blue one. Yeah, the blue one, just because it matches the look. I mean, at the time I'm making this video, it's like 7 o'clock at night. So I'm not going out. No one's seeing me in the sunlight. I'm just doing it to do it because it's pretty. So I was recording this in my gaming chair, which is like the shape of a banana on my floor, and I went to go to get my eyelashes and I almost fell getting back down, but you know, we good. And this is me drying my eyelash. I always thought my hands looked like ostriches, so I always like do like weird like beaky things with like my hands. I don't know. Here's me trying to get the finished look with absolutely awful lighting in my room, being that it's past sunset. So I tried to shine the light just so you could get a better look. That definitely helped and kind of brought everything together. So yeah, This is the first video I've ever made, and I hope it's not pretty awful.